Hey everybody, hey Reformulate. You are now everybody. It is Monday afternoon. Excuse me. And we got done with some sort of interesting stuff in the morning. So I found out, I'm just summing up for everybody, by the way. So if you're here in the morning, then you already know what I'm talking about. But let me close out of all these things. What do I have open here? Yeah, I don't care. All right. I found out that the reason why the game looked good to me and not good to someone who was playing on Windows is that I have a high DPI monitor, and that's what had properly scaled this to the right level for me. So I added in scaling settings, and now you can click these to control what the game is scaled to. So yeah, it's looking good. Why did that happen? Hang on a second. Is the window gigantic or something? Build guild is centered there, but when I did that, resizing the game wouldn't tell the camera that the window size changed, huh? So we need to detect. No, this isn't worth doing. Yeah, I don't care. It's not worth doing. Okay, hey potato. Yeah, this is at the top chat again. I gotta choose it to live chat. Switch it to live chat. No wonder I was missing all the YouTube messages. Such a shame. Okay, so I got to move the nudge label. I think I'm just going to write this down somewhere, and I'm not sure where. Maybe in a Godot thing. Do we have something on sub viewports? All right, what is this under right now? Troubleshooting. Yeah, so text within a sub viewport looks bad. So I never found a good solution for this. A solution is to put everything, put any text into a viewport that does look good. This is quite unwieldy. For example, in my games, I have items that can show I'll just say, for example, imagine you have a character whose name should float above their head in world space. You would need to move that label to another viewport entirely, which means putting it in a different scene and then somehow linking the character with its name. Yeah. Is there anything else we can do? And it was text within a sub viewport whether or not it follows the camera. Is that correct? I don't know. I don't really care. What else did I write for this? Yeah. Could also, I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, I just want to write some notes on that. Moving the nudge label to the right layer, I think we could just do. There's one other thing I want to change though while I'm at it, and it's this stuff. I don't want to have this show up everywhere. Do we have this at the top too? Yeah, we do. Town node path. We should just save off the town if we need that. Yeah. Private town equals null, or town node equals null. So this will be town node. Put this in ready. Replace this. Yeah, town node path. It's just going to be that now. Oh, wait, I see. We just need this to be a node. All right, then actually, we don't even need the path to it. What am I doing? We could make this a lot easier. We could just say access is unique name and get that as town now. The skill tree is in UI/skill tree. What else? Start instance, the in-game menu. All right, so skill tree, start instance, in-game menu. All right, what else do we have here? Tile map, that's within the town. Why do we do that here? Tile map, why do we do that here? Well, anyway, it would be town node.get node tile map. Make that unique as well. Cool. Player held item, that was inside the town viewport. Where are you? Why don't I see it? There it is. Good. All right, loot item tooltip. That's here. Cool. Yeah, we just got to keep doing this with the other like 12 of these. It shouldn't take too long. Adventurers, camera, that's all inside of here. Adventure, camera, portal items. Where's portal? There it is. What else? Storeroom, workers, customers, shops. Workers, customers, shops. All right, let's make those all be unique. Let's go change these around. And then the regeneration system I got to do too. Good. Now delete all these dollar signs that we see. Cool. Making this just a little bit less dense. Next up is the navigation. Oh, wait. No. What am I doing? These can't be get nodes here. They need to be get nodes on the town. Town.get node. Yeah. Genetically modified dinosaur pen. You ever play Dinosaur Tycoon? Dinosaur Tycoon. It's a good game. Wait, no, it wasn't called Dinosaur Tycoon. Zoo Tycoon. Is that it? No, that's not it. What's the game I'm thinking of? This one, Dino Park Tycoon. Yeah. Man, that was a fun game. I remember it being very difficult. Maybe it actually was difficult and maybe I just didn't understand how it worked. Town node. This is just not the way any of this stuff should work. They're in two different scenes. I wonder if there's a way to make it all be in the same scene in the future. All right, items, buildings, and nudge label. Oh, items already done. Buildings. Played Adventure Island. I don't think I played this game. No. Played Commander Keen though. Hey Ryan. Okay, so town node dot get items, buildings, and then the nudge label. Good. And then finally the navigation region. Is that the final one? Nav system. Where's the region? Where are you? Town view container, town viewport, navigation region. Ah, here it is. Navigation region. Oh, you get dinosaurs. You also get dinosaurs in Ark. I have a lot of anger toward Ark. Genetically modified. Oh. I see. Huh. Jurassic World. Nav versus Nav region. I think you're saying the variable name here. I think I just want to call it nav. I don't know. I feel like that's not really a problem though. Oh, then we have, oh, wait. Yeah, this. Oh, yeah, we have two of these, huh? Thank you. So nav region. So we want it. Wait a sec. I must have broken something here. Batman, welcome back. Thanks for taking a break from fighting crime. How's it going? Thanks for the resub. I have a navigation region here and then apparently also in the town. Or are those the same path? No, they're the same path. So nav region. All right, we just put this there. Then delete this. And then find out how many things we broke. All right, let's see all of the get node calls. They should all start with %. This one doesn't. And I guess get nodes with a component doesn't count. All right, but everything that has a % we can delete. So we're left with these two. So how did I break that stuff? Oh, nav region was never changed. It's called navigation region 2D. Yes, it is. And the last one that I hadn't changed is this one. UI canvas layer. Why do we do this? To add the debug buttons? All right, let's make that unique. Okay, let's try running it. If it runs, then we can be pretty certain that everything's still working. Like I probably don't need to test anything else. But does it run? No, it does not. Yeah, something is probably supposed to be pulled from the town and isn't being pulled from the town. All right, no node found for adventurers. Because that's in the town node. And regeneration system. It's apparently also in the town node. And that's it. Yeah. I think it should work now. Nope. Almost though, almost. We got one step farther. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess what we can do is we can click a bunch of things and just see if it's working. Grant items. Build alchemist. Try to drag a potion over there. Nice. Yeah, looks like everything's good. Pretty nice. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, I'd been dying to do that because it was annoying whenever I broke things that way. So ideally what we should have done, I guess we put a bunch of extra lines in the scene files so that the town could be made simpler. And it's not even simpler in terms of the number of lines of code, but just in terms of amount of characters, I think. So this is 34,000 characters, and this is like 344 fewer characters. So that's it. That's what we did. Access most town nodes by unique names. Yeah. Next, move the nudge label to the right canvas layer. I don't even know if we're going to keep the nudge label. Yeah, it was meant to be a way of teaching you how to play the game. That's almost a megabyte of savings. I think it's a kilobyte of savings. Where is this nudge label? What are the kinds of things this even says? Welcome to an early alpha, start a battle, earn items. So the start a battle is already being done elsewhere. So we don't need this. Upgrade your storeroom. And this we might not need either. We could have it. Upgrade your storeroom. That's not a thing that is possible anymore. Please consider providing feedback. That's still important. A quest has become available. And then spend your skill points. All right, fine. Let's move this. I mean, it might as well look good. There was no reason for it to be in world coordinates, right? Oh, well, you can't dismiss it. All right. All right, I'm not doing anything about this. I don't want to do anything about this. We need to position it in the same place in the world every single time, so we need to know every time the camera coordinates change. Yeah, it's just not worth it. I'm just going to ignore this. All right, when you scale the game larger, the built-in tooltips look really bad. I doubt there's much I can even do about this. So right now you hover over this. Even that doesn't look great, right? Yeah. But if you scale it, I guess to 1x, it would look good. Yes, it looks good at 1x. And then if you make it 4x, looks pretty bad. Hey, Darkstorm. I don't know if you can do anything about this though. Godot, GitHub. Issues. Tooltip, content, scale factor. What was this? No one has commented on this? Is there not a way to fix this? Maybe we just need to change the font. That might be it. Tooltip. There's no font setting for tooltips. Tooltip font. What? Huh. What does it take for you to not consider adding a little guy going around in a river in a float? Yeah, 8 to 9 days. Unfortunately, I think that kind of work would take about 10 days to do, so that means it's out. I don't know how you change tooltip settings. Maybe you need a default, maybe you need to change it through the theme. I don't even have a theme. All right, let's try to make a new theme and see if that's even possible. Type tooltip. Oh, tooltip label. Well, would you look at that? The font is currently set though. What is this? Inspect. Yeah, it's set to Roboto. What? Then how? What? How would this not work then? Yeah, I don't see anything else here. Font size. I mean, we could change the font size. Let's just set it to 72 and just see if it's doing anything. Should just have changed automatically, right? I don't think it did. No, that's not taking effect at all. Shouldn't it get inherited by everything? What has a tooltip? All right, let's set it over here. We might need a custom tooltip, although it's not such a big deal. It should be pretty easy. All right, these are the kinds of things that have tooltips, right? Tooltip. Yes, this has a tooltip. So how do we override that? Fonts. Font size. No, it wouldn't be this. I guess we need a new theme. Tooltip label. Font size. 72 or 75, it doesn't matter. And this is only on game menu. That's important. Yes, that definitely works. Okay, so what if we set that to 16 again? First of all, does it change immediately? Yes. So see how that's choppy looking, but the game menu text is not choppy looking? What would cause that? I think this might just be a bug in Godot. I don't know. Quick load. Its font is presumably correct. I can't recognize fonts just by looking. So what we need to do is type that in Roboto for sure and make sure that that's the right font. Can we just look at the E's maybe? Yeah, the E's look the same. What about the I's? Yeah. I think they're the same font. Yeah, I think they're the same font. The M looks the same, yeah. Okay, so then this is not a problem with font. You know Roboto anyway, and that's definitely Roboto. Okay. Default base scale, what is that? Used by some controls of scale or visual properties based on the global scale factor. If this is set to 0, the global scale factor is used. All right, let's set this to, I don't know, 1.68. Sure, what does that do? I have no idea. Set this to 10. I see no change. Maybe I need to restart this. Yeah, I don't know what that's doing. I think this is just broken, but it is very hard to know for sure. Yeah, tooltip, label, scale. All right, I think I'm going to make a repro project for this and just file it as a bug because I don't know what to do about that. And then in the meantime, I guess we make a new tooltip. It's not very important for right now though. But yeah, I'll go make this repro project. So we got to open up the regular Godot because they say they want the repros in GDScript if you can. And we'll make a new thing, tooltip label repro, project path temp, create folder repro tooltip. All right, create, no version control. This is a really, really simple repro to do, at least. Are you gonna stick with Roboto as the font? I'm not sure. Let me look at these other fonts you're talking about. Handjet font. What's going on with that? I don't like that at all. Oh wait, this looks like a glitch. Is this Dark Reader messing this up? Is that just the font? Hey, 2-bit. Wait, what? No, this looks different from... I am so confused. Yeah, I don't understand if this is a glitch or not. Because like this text is overlapped on top of each other. This is a test. All right, well, whatever. What's the other one? Yeah, I don't know what we'll use. Whoever suggested that font really messed up. Yeah, but at least they didn't suggest something silly like an equipment system. All right, so if we change this type to a label, and we just call this label, and we say hover over this for a tooltip, and give it a tooltip. This is the tooltip text. We need a pangram. Any pangram will do. There. And then we need a button that lets you change the scale. Change scale to 4x. Now we need a script in this scene. Attach script, script.gd. Extends, it doesn't even need to extend that control. All right, how do we do this? I haven't done this in forever. I don't even remember how to type functions. Is this the same issue? I don't think so, but I think this is similar. Yeah. Hey, Hepta. I actually still have to release the regular merge. Mention this issue and then add this to my notes. All right, let's go figure this out. High roller, helloer. I like it. All right, so code, Godot, idle ascendance, CD scripts, and RG pressed. Ah, there we go. Pressed.connect. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Yeah. It's funk. Funky Kong. And there are on ready things, right? We could just do that. RG on ready. Well, 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 there is. Where are you here? Button, button equals button. Who's got the button? Button.press.connect self.change scale. Okay, how do you change the scale now? Walmart greeter level hello. Here's how. Root window. So we need to get the root window. So get tree dot root dot content scale factor equals 4. Used space for indentation instead of tabs. Oh, bite me. I don't care. There. Now let's see if that works. So we just hit play on this. Scene. This is like the smallest possible project. We're not going to get tooltip when we over this. Oh boy. All right. Here's what we do. We just copy paste this to here, make scene root, change this to click to change scale. There. Oops. That was supposed to be in the tooltip. Okay, looks good. It did not change the scale though. Button. Oh, it's now this. So we don't need this anymore. We can just say press.connect. Yeah. Actually, doesn't that change in real time? No, only when you edit it from Godot, I think. Oh, it's not even doing anything. What's going on? Print hello world. Is that not working? It's not printing anything. Change scale, get tree over. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Also, I named this skip and not script. I didn't notice that. Oh, now I don't have a script on this. Oh my god. EJ, didn't you just resub? Either way, thank you. But I feel like this happens. It's doubled every once in a while. All right, as long as we don't have it attached, let's save this as script.gd and not seem like an idiot in the eyes of all the Godot people. That's a real high roller, you know it. He's even got an emote named after him. 2 emotes. Cactus man. This is still not working? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm driving myself crazy here. I somehow deleted the contents of this entire file? Is it because it opened up over here? I am so confused. Can I just close these things and not have this mess everything up? Print ready. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This should be like the easiest possible thing I'm trying to do right now. You think they're glitched? I know there was something where you could announce it twice a while ago, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm obviously very confused here. What is going on? It has pressed right here. If I say connect to on pressed. All right, I don't know what's happening, but we're just gonna delete this. It does not seem to like what I had done here. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. More money. Just announce it 10 times. It made a script internal to the TSCM file. Oh, interesting. That's what happened. So I guess I can delete the other script. I don't know how all this happened. This might be a new version of Godot or something. But I guess we can detach the script and then just run this again. No, it doesn't work. All right, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't really care. I don't understand how we have a script in two places then, though. No, okay. All right, so now we got to get the right window settings that we wanted for this. This is set to disabled. That's fine. That's exactly what I want. And that's all we have to do. I think that actually is all we have to do. Yeah. We might need to put a properly scaled font here. Open up the scene in a text editor. This doesn't let me open it from there. Temp repro something here. Scene.tscn. Huh. Yeah, interesting. I wonder why it thinks it even needs the script attached to it then. Oh, it probably, I think I know what's going on. Yeah, I see. Okay, so then we can delete this. rmscript.gd. So the first thing people are going to say is, oh, you're not using the right kind of font. So I think we should probably preemptively use a Google font for this. So let's go take it from assets, fonts. Take this, put it over here. Then we need to set this to be this thing. Set this to 96. Set this to 15. Let's change a bunch of things over here. And then change the project settings. Google fonts. Bungee tint. This looks kind of nice, actually. Why does it look cursed to you? Just because it's red? Because you can just change the color, right? Or are the glyphs themselves always going to be red? Color blue. Okay, no, I guess it's always red. Or there's some other way to do this. Curse font indeed. All right, and speaking of fonts, let's change this. Custom font. There we go. Save and restart. I don't think I've seen that meme Monatic bind. I wasn't very into Seinfeld though. Not that you need to be to know what memes are from a show. I guess it's still reproing. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Right, I think this looks bad though. But then again, it just doesn't have the right texture filter. Maybe that's the problem. How do we set that? Godot tooltip label texture filter. Blurry text, Blu-ray text on label. I don't know how you set this for tooltips though. Maybe this just isn't a thing. Theme doesn't apply to tooltip. Duplicate of this. Closing is fixed. Okay, well, that's not a problem anymore then. There's no... Hey, Vafi, I think it's going well in general. Right now I'm stuck on an issue that I'm trying to repro on just a minimal project here. When you hover over this tooltip, when it's zoomed out, it looks fine. When you change the scale, you see how it looks kind of blurry? And I think that's just a texture filter problem. I don't think you can even change it on a tooltip label. You can't add a tooltip label, can you? No. And there's no changing that. Maybe we change it on this in particular. Texture linear. I doubt this fixes anything though. No, it just looks bad. And I could set this to like 8 or something and it would still probably look bad. Except for now you can't even see it. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna just file this bug, whatever. I think it's good enough. We'll just make the window a little bit bigger by default. Run. Where's the window size? Can never find anything in here. All right, we'll set this to like 1400 by 900. I just need to be able to show this when it's larger. No, it needs to be like way bigger for that. All right, well, we just won't have it go up to 8. We'll have it go up to 4. It's not the biggest problem, and I do plan on leaving it for now. I just wanted to file a bug so that when I get back to it, it might already be fixed for me. Okay, so we're going to take a picture of this. And then we're going to go file an issue on GitHub. Issue, new, bug report. Excuse me. Tooltip label looks blurry when, what's that thing called? Content scale factor. Greater than 1. Okay, reproducible in version of Godot is this? 4.2.1. Does this copy it onto the clipboard? Yes. All right, now let's go download the newest version of Godot. Let's be good Godot citizens here. All right, now let's launch it in there. We should probably bundle up the, oh no, we don't need to do that, I guess. All right, open this up. Yes, converted. Yeah, it was fast. Gigabit internet. Did it work? Sure is taking its time. Just waiting around. I think it's gonna work. I guess it takes a long time at first. Yeah, it's reproing there too. Use Steam as your Godot version manager? Wow. Never thought about doing that. All right, about Godot. Didn't even pop up dialogue. How am I supposed to know what version this is? There we go. Reproducible in this one too. Okay, system information. Probably that. 14.6.1 now. Issue description. Okay, so when you modify content scale factor, e.g. by setting it to 4, the regular labels look crisp, but tooltip labels in particular look blurry. There. Steps to reproduce. Add a tooltip to any control. Set this, oops, drat. Okay, well, whoops. Set this to 4, hover over the control, and look at the tooltip. All right, the repro project, though, we got to go upload. So let's go find that. Repro tooltip. Let's copy the whole directory. And then we can delete something here. The Godot folder. But we can't see the Godot folder. What is it? Not that. There we go. Delete that. All right, now zip this. Repro. And drag it over here. Okay, anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Is Colmac training intentional and planned, or were you just doing your everyday work as before, but while doing Colmac until you got used to it? I was doing my everyday work in addition to doing tons and tons of typing tests. If there's a DS store in it, I don't care. I'm just gonna leave that there. It's a surprise for them. So add a tooltip to any control, set content scale factor to 4, hover over the control and look at the tooltip. I guess this happens even when using an MSDF font. Multi-channel sign distance, yeah. The minimal... Schwartz, thanks for resubbing. Welcome back. Raise your bottles. Whoops. That's not a bottle. There's a bottle. The minimal repro uses Google's Roboto font. Actually, is it Google's? I don't even know. Who made this font? I probably shouldn't just say that. Who made it? Developed by Google. Oh, well, look at that. Okay, submit. Okay. All right, next. We want to, so we filed a bug, mention this issue. I don't even have the stretch mode set. Add this to my notes. All right, I've got something about blurry text somewhere. Godot UI maybe? Blurry, yeah, here, blurry text. If the blurry text only appears inside a tooltip label, then I think that's just a bug. Ex-Google employees can't use it. Okay, so if that bug's not fixed, then later on we're going to need to fix it ourselves. If this isn't fixed, then we should make our own tooltip labels that show up after some amount of time. Yeah, hey Chris. WB. All right, so then Ski sent this picture, which I think is a Windows problem. And I think this is a problem for a lot of different Windows things. where when you double click the title bar, it maximizes a window, but it sometimes doesn't send the maximize window event. Blurry text unscaling, horrible to debug and fix. But the thing is, the rest of, well, I trust that the people who know Godot will do better at this than I will, but you can see this text still looks crisp. Like, I'm now zooming in via the OS, but at this level it's fine, and at the original level it was fine, which means that it's still, it's working here, it just doesn't work over here. Well, let's quit this. Also affects the border, yeah, although the border could have been maybe changed with something else, I don't know. But hopefully they just look at this and they're like, okay, yes, we know what's going wrong here. All right, this problem, yeah, so Windows maximizing doesn't send resize event. I'm not even searching with Godot here. I think this is like a Windows problem. I probably should search for Godot though. Windows maximize, maybe event. Or can correct mouse event. Here's to freeze. We probably just need to launch him full screen by default so that most people just don't even see these issues. No one's mentioning this as a problem. Maybe it's just a bug in my code. It's so much easier to say it's a bug in someone else's code. You got APX. I have some tooltips in the game that we made, but they're, let's see, where is it? Well, these tooltips, I guess, those are obvious skill tooltip things, but then there's, well, how do we, I guess this way. Yeah, then there are these that pop up immediately over text. So I could probably just do the same thing and just delay it from spawning. I think it's better when it's a bug in your code and it's easy enough to find and fix. Otherwise, it's better when it's a bug in someone else's code because then they find and fix it. You can link things, Potato, although I can also just type in that number now, 17701. Oops. Resize signal not called properly when maximizing or minimizing, and this is on Windows, yeah. Another case of yield get tree idle frame. Add this and it fixes it. Wait, what? Huh. Wait for an idle frame. I wonder if that's still suggested because it's been 6 years. So possibly not. I don't think I can repro this though. Let me try. So Ski said, scale the screen down to its smallest, maximize the window to be large. You can now see blank space. Yeah, it's possible. If I can repro this too, then it's obviously not a Windows issue because I'm not on Windows. So scale it down to its smallest. Maybe I need to be looking over here in the world too, and then double click. Oh, it is a problem. Okay, well then it's my problem. So we just need to fix that. Let's go into the, where do we do this? Where do we do resizes? The camera, I guess, yeah. Window size change. Okay, so what if we wait for a frame before doing this? Await process frame. Oh, wait, we have a function for that. Update bounds on X. Why did I do this? Oh, wild. Okay, so we just call this and then see if that fixes it. I guess we need to make this a little bit easier and not lock the camera anywhere. There. All right, so we go up to here, we resize the window smaller, and then we maximize it. Oh, that fixed it. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. That was easy. I still liked it better when I was blaming Windows for my problems, though. So, yeah, for sizes aren't updated properly until the next frame. What fixed it? What fixed it is waiting until the next frame. Oh, I got to do this, right? Yeah. And it's saying it's a problem. I imagine forcing Godot to block would result in a lot of like essentially skipped frames for some people because they would just abuse it being the easiest solution. Why does this have to get highlighted yellow? I'm just going to close this entirely and we're going to reopen it. Please don't be yellow. Please don't be yellow. So far, no yellow. Still good. Yeah, I think it's fine now. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time just in case we somehow didn't do that correctly. So we shrink this to be the smallest it can possibly be. Maybe you move it lower on the screen. Put this all the way at the upper left and then change it. I wonder if this fixes that other bug with the sign rendering with pixel bleed on it. Whoa, no, it's not fixing that bug. Because there it is. And we said we knew what that problem was, right? In fact, I think I even took a picture of it. Also, possibly you have a sub viewport that needs snap 2D transform to pixels. Oh, you know what we never tried though? Okay, I want to try something out. This is probably stupid. But wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Did that fix? Oh my God, I think I can quit the game without it crashing now. I can. All because I upgraded from RC1 to regular, stable. Yeah, I can close the window and it doesn't crash. Oh, never mind. I got so excited. that problem is solved. This PR was merged very recently, actually. Yeah, last week. So I think it should be fixed in the next version. Oh man, snapping calls jittery movement. So yeah, that's what I was gonna try though. Check this out. If we go to this and we find the sub viewport and we snap to pixel coordinates, we can also enable temporal anti-aliasing. So if we do the combination of those two things, does it fix both problems? It might cause like a motion blur effect. That definitely doesn't fix that problem. It probably doesn't fix the other problem either. Are you still jittering? Yes. Okay, well, fine. It's worth a shot. Yeah, it looks bad. Okay, well then we're not going to be able to do anything about this. But we fixed some other stuff. Not that I even remember what it was, even though it was like 2 seconds ago. We're not checking this in. Not checking any of this stuff in. Just this one change in camera. Fix bug that Ski found. I should probably write out ski dog. When maximizing the window, it was possible for the camera to look at an out of bounds spot in the world because we needed to wait until the next frame before the sizes would be accurate. Yeah, there are a lot of errors on quit. A lot of this is a known issue. Okay, now we can revert the rest of this stuff. Cool. So Ski reported a couple bugs and I fixed a couple bugs. Cool. Oh, okay. How long did I stream for in the morning, by the way? 3 hours and 45 minutes. Okay. Just curious because I'm Feel my energy fading. So we got to do that. We got to file another issue, which is, do we already have one for this? Launch, fully launch. Do I have something about the next checkpoint? I don't think I do. Add content for checkpoint number 3. Do I not have a launch checkpoint number 3? Launch checkpoint number 2. I don't have one. Huh. Yeah, launch checkpoint. Okay, let's go file an issue. Bug report. Oh, not that. Blank issue, launch, checkpoint number 3. C180 for inspiration. Hey again, Coffee. How's your Labor Day going? All right, so the most important thing is to do some user... Oh, wait, I have a user research thing, right? User research. I asked some people. I asked 3 people. And I asked Programmer D for checkpoint number 2. Okay, so if I ask this person for checkpoint number 3, yeah. So the most important thing is to do some user research at least a week ahead of time, possibly with 2 people. C number 77. Okay. Much needed long weekend. Took Friday off. I'm off through Tuesday, back Wednesday. Oh, wow. You proposed. Congratulations. Yeah. I think that's great. But the first thought that popped into my head is, I wonder how many people propose and they get a no answer. Like, I'm glad it didn't happen. Well, how common is that? All right, what other things do we have here? Update the itch page. Yeah. Update the itch page. What else? Tooltips. Upload builds. Go through questions again, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Just copy paste this whole thing. Did you propose to the AI, Darkstorm? I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. All right, upload builds we're going to need. Celebrate we're going to need. That one's important. That's perhaps the most important one. Go through the questions again. Anything else? Maybe plan to get the Steam stuff up and running ASAP. Close out the checkpoint. Test here to a later checkpoint. Make sure buttons have tooltips. Update a bunch of text. This text, some of this probably still needs to be updated. What is this? Can I play it before then? The next build should be uploaded at the end of September. Yeah, I think we need to update that too. So cool. Let's put that there. And then I think maybe even this. This is what the Expando one. Alpha builds are just a taste of the final game. Here's some known notable changes. It'll be in the game by release. More of everything. Oh, I never finished this, did I? No, I did finish this. Yeah. An intro, higher level polish, incorporate your feedback. Okay, I mean, that's probably accurate. Feeling much better after stopping anxiety meds? What were the problems you were experiencing on them? Because my understanding is, and I don't have a deep understanding of this, is that some people just take them for a bit to develop some coping mechanisms and then go off the medication and see if that helped them. But yeah, it does sound like things are going great over there, which I'm happy to hear. Tired, zombie-like, sometimes lazy. Yeah. Man. They stop you from feeling anxiety by stopping you from feeling. builds the itch, update patch notes on itch. This needs to be done too. Probably just make a new survey altogether. I think this is pretty good now. All right, let's go file that. Where is the issue? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put all that. Whoops, that's not what I want. This is a mess. Let's just edit it in VS Code. All right, this stuff goes up here, and then we just write itch stuff. There, submit. Okay. You have a really slight headache the entire time. You should get one of those drinky birds and just put it on top of your head. It just slowly just pokes you every once in a while. That way you can still feel like you've got a slight headache. I'm such a problem solver. All right, we gotta take a break. Yeah. All right, it's jump royale time. Hope you all have fun. Enjoy the new UI, new graphic stuff. Is it jump time? It's jump time. GG. GG. I didn't see any of that, by the way. But I see that Smogbuster got their first place win. So good job. All right, close the game. I said close the game. There. All right. Okie dokie. What do we have to do here? Take the carousel feature out of this? Yeah, I mean, we pretty much got done with this. Show arrow buttons. Okay, yeah. Let's move this to a new issue. It doesn't convert all the sub things? Oh, man. What's the point? Yeah, I want this over here. Carousel feature. Show arrow buttons for navigating. Only show the buttons when you can't fit the instances. Consider animating when you use one of the buttons. I.e. slide. Slide one of the instances. Or I guess like slide the instances around. All right, make a new button element out of what Syntonic has suggested. Seems like you're moving quick through these tasks. Can you round the corners? Maybe make a start battle into a button. Oh yeah. I guess we could just do this now. Although to be honest, this is not important. So maybe we should only do it if it doesn't take a very long time. But the issue is this. So this looks weird. It's a border around a button, but you can't click in the background over here. Now what I need to do is make a custom button element that is basically like an arbitrary container. And when you hover over it, it makes, I guess it looks kind of like just like a button does. You hover over it and the background goes a little bit lighter. Although this also gets an outline when you click it. We'd have to change the color of the border over here. I don't think I want to do that. Kind of don't want to do any of this, but let's go do it. All right, so what are we going to do? Let's go look at where this thing shows up. Start battle button. Here it is. So it's all of this. Has a texture rect and a start battle button. So I guess what we would want to do is just turn all of this part of it into a button. So this gets a hover thing, and then you just put in whatever children you want inside of this thing. Let's try that. Yeah, so I essentially want to save this scene as a, what do we even call this? Like button with border. Button with border. It's not really that though. It's like button with custom children. I don't know. It's kind of stupid, but sure. Yeah, so now we name this button with custom children. And we need to give it a special script. Change position. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, so let's detach that and let's attach source scene script. I'm gonna just copy this all over here. Yeah. Okay, so this in itself is a what? A panel container. That's probably important because I need to be able to change the background color of this. So we need an on enter and an on exit. Where is that? Oh, by the way, something I never use that I probably should start using is this menu up here. If you select a node, you can go to, no, wait, not that. This one, I think. The back and forward keys up here. I think that's what I should start using. There was something I discovered the other day. I think it was that. And was this too? History of recently added objects. Oh, this is also super helpful. Yeah, I had to start clicking that button more often. Anyway, we should have a way of seeing what the signals are on this. And for whatever reason, oh, there it is. I thought that was disabled. Mouse entered, mouse exited. Yep, that's what I want. So mouse entered plus equal on mouse enter. And mouse exited. Okay, I don't think I care about any of this stuff. We do need an on pressed event. Not worry about that just yet. On mouse enter, on mouse exit. So here we want to change the color of this. If we just did self-modulate, let me try this. Colors.green, and on exit, let's set it back to white. What'll this do? Because it probably won't look good. Well, let's try that out. Oh, that's not bad, actually. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, now we need to go change start battle button to use this thing. Oh, there's a way to do this. Oh yeah, you need a new scene completely, and then you need to inherit. Yeah, this. And we type in button with no children or button with custom children, this. Cool. And then this should not have any children here. So we should delete this. Just gonna break everything. And then we copy paste this into there. That did not seem to work. Set generate mip maps. What? This just changed the font resource? Or is that stale? That's probably stale. Unfortunately, I can't seem to copy this in there. Paste. Oh, there we go. And then we want a custom script for this. Yeah, I think so. Detach and get start battle button. Okay, then save this as start battle button. Can't do that. There. Hey, Vaibhav. How goes it? Welcome back. Good to see you. This would be changed into a label now and not a button. And there are some other things I need to change too. Let me think about this. No, let's not think about it. Let's just do. All right, so add a label, and we'll call this start battle. And give it the right texture setting. Good. Is this the same size? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. So we can delete this now. Just started as a founding engineer to startup, and I'm loving it. Nice, nice, nice. What does the startup do? It's going well for me over here. I have been working on Skeleseller, although we have a lot of upcoming different kinds of content that's all in the news section on Discord. So mentoring this Wednesday. I'll be interviewing Melmsy on Friday, then mentoring it on Monday. And then on the next Wednesday, it's going to be Funky Monkey helping me with UI and UX stuff. So I'm excited about that. The game has been going well. We're working toward the next launch, which will be like V0.3, should be the end of this month. Or I should say by the end of this month. It might not be at the end. And it's just, yeah, it's been a lot of kind of like little frustrating issues to work through, but I think we're making good progress. Okay, so now this used to have a button. It's not going to anymore. And this will be button with custom children. And it'll handle what happens when you click it, I guess. Because we need a signal coming from this thing. So that means we need to detect when you click this. I don't think you can do that unless I add an area. But what we can do is check to see if the mouse is over, like we've done before. Yeah. So we put this here. Then we need to set that, and we need to handle the input. Yeah. Okay, so is mouse over equals true. Set the same thing here. So this will be on clicked on invoke. I guess you can get it on this button as long as it's public, and it is public. OnClick does not exist in the current, oh, OnClicked. Yeah, OnClicked. Building out tooling to use AI for motion graphics because render farms are slow and expensive, but models have become so good to be able to render things as needed much faster. So the goal is performance. because I think there are lots of places where AI can help. And I generally think it's in the very mundane tasks that you have to do that are somewhat mechanical, but have like tiny little tweaks to them. And I think about this a lot when it comes to video editing. And I don't know what the landscape looks like because I don't ever look into different video editors, but I imagine things like, hey, I have a video that's just two people talking, make it sound better. That's got to be a task that AI can just do at this point, right? Remove hesitations or cut out sibilant sounds and pops and whatever else. I don't know, coughs. So hide this button again. Okay, we can't do this then. We need to have a protected void on pressed, whatever. Yeah, because the hide the button thing, we don't necessarily want to do. Or we could have a signal. We listen to the parent's signal and then we do whatever we want in our own. That might be a better way of doing it. I'm not totally sure yet. Let's just cut this out for now. Currently after under 1 second to render a 2D animation frame to a 3D looking frame. Whoa, wow. Yeah, well, cool. It's got to be neat being a founding engineer too. Especially if you don't have to worry about funding. They do have text-based editing in Premiere. Yeah, I wonder when it'll come to like every video editing product. Something I think will be kind of neat is when AI is much easier to self-host. Because spending, let's say, like $15 a month on a chat GPT sort of thing, it's not bad if you're getting use out of it. But for anything where you're like, I'm an occasional user of it, I don't think $15 a month is worth it. It's like, let's say you edit one video a month and that's all you need AI for. You're probably not going to figure out how to do it all yourself. So we don't have a button here. All right, I think we've gotten this down to what we want here. Actually makes hosting AI so much easier. Let me know if you're ever interested. I can put you in touch. I'm not right now, but that is a nice offer and thank you. I myself am really just using AI for Copilot. I don't tend to ask AI a lot of questions. I think some people, that's like their main workflow. They do something like this, where they just say something like, help me fix this code or something. And I just don't use that workflow. They're poor performing. Yeah. Yeah, I assume it'll get better though over time, especially as more people do this open source. Well, I guess there are two aspects of performance. One is the speed and the other is the quality. And I assume both will get better, but I think the quality is what I was focusing on mostly. I don't know if speed will get much better. Both are bad. Yeah. Yeah, Copilot chat. Found yourself disabling Copilot? Because I think for something, it's like I just added this in. I think this is what's really cool. It's like, okay, let's say I have this code just like what we see here. And now I'm like, oh, let's have this Boolean for isMouse over. I can just go here and press enter and it just usually, well, okay, there it didn't. And there it didn't. Oh, wait, it was an underscore, that's why. There. So I just typed it just needing an underscore. And then here it probably doesn't even need the underscore. Yeah. So like, I think that's pretty cool. And that does usually save me a lot of time. There, I was trying to type the minimum to get it to work. Usually I type some half of it or quarter of it or something. Doesn't count because you had that there. I have it in other files, but it did that even before I had it there in this file. Like if you just rewound the VOD by like 3 minutes, you'd see it. So it's not just trickery of having undone it and then redoing it. All right, so we have it on click.invoke over here. I like that. We need a space there. And then I want to listen to the parent one, which I don't know if we can easily do, and then emit our own. This is what I was debating on for this, because we want to detect that this thing is clicked. I think it probably is better to just do this. Okay. At least this is what I'm going to do right now. I don't think this is very important either way. And this will be virtual, I guess. Yeah. On pressed. Okay, so then this is protected override on pressed. We hide, we activate our on clicked. Okay. We don't have a button here anymore. So we don't need any of that. We, in fact, don't need a ready thing at all, I guess, right? Yeah. Let's try this out. I'd be somewhat impressed if this actually worked. Because this really didn't take too long. No, it's not working at all. What happened? What did I break? Actually, nothing's showing that it went wrong. It animated itself coming in smoothly, but its hover stuff isn't working. I wonder if it's because I disabled mouse input. This is set to stop. What's going wrong then? Oh, because I never call... Oh, right, I see. I never call the base ready function. God, that's such an easy mistake to make. In fact, if I just deleted this altogether, it wouldn't have been a problem. Well, now I've deleted it altogether, so let's try it out again. Nice. Oh, this happens on mouse down. I think proper buttons only happen on mouse up. Yeah. And technically there's an intermediate state where you highlight the button first. So I guess we want that to be mouse up. So it's got to be something sort of like this. Private bool has pressed button equal, well, I guess we don't need an equals false there. So here we just say on pressed equals true. And then when, how do you check if you pressed it? Oh, we don't check here. We should check though. Mouse button dot pressed. And then this is and mouse button dot not pressed. Okay, except for we need is mouse over and has pressed button. Then we want to say that you've pressed the button. Okay, and then we can clean this up just a little bit. We can put a, I'm just going to cut this out. Whoops. What in the world just happened by the end of this month? I don't know what that was. All right, now delete this. And this. Cool. Good. That's technically, I think it's clearer actually when written out this way, which makes it look a little bit redundant, but still I think it's fine. Okay, so now it should only work on mouse up, but only if you both pressed on the button and let go on the button. So the way that regular buttons work is you can click and then drag and then let go still on the button and it'll work. So that's how I wanted this one to work too. So I can click, let go, or not let go, sorry, click, drag, and then let go over here. Yeah, it's working. So the only other thing we should maybe do is change the border color when you click it. Also change the color from being green. That looks like garbage. Ideally, all we're doing is lightening the background a little bit. Which we can do. We can dynamically lighten it. But then we need to fetch the panel background. I never like doing this. But fine, let's go do it. Panel style box button with custom children, yeah. Okay, this is style box flat. Got it. Now that has the color that we start with. Right? BG color? Yeah, this. Are they like, well, lightened? What? That exists? Whoa, neat. And we just pass in a ratio, which is what, a float from 0 to 1? Yeah, wow, neat. So what do we pass in then? Like 0.2F? I don't know if that's 20% lighter or 80%, probably 20% lighter. Let's see what that looks like. No, that's what? What? Returns a new color resulting from making this color lighter by the specified ratio. Okay, so it's 20% darker. Was doing 1 minus, whatever, I'm not going to try to figure this out. I'll just set this to 8. I'm not in the business of reading code right now. That's still darker. All right, fine. I'll read this. Result plus R plus equal. I wonder what happens when you make a color go beyond the amount it should go. So let's say we have a color that's exactly halfway gray. So it's 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So this will be plus equal 0.5 times 0.8. So it'll turn into 0.9, 0.9, 0.9. So that should be lightened. Why doesn't it actually look lightened? Oh, because we're self-modulating. We're not changing the background color. We would need to change the background color. All right, so private color, initial BG color, and then hover BG color. Yeah. So the initial one is going to be, let's get this. Actually, does the, nice, it does now. And then the hover color is going to be the lightened one. And we probably don't need to lighten it by 0.8 anymore. We can probably just do this. Then when you hover over this, we set the BG color to that. And when you stop hovering over it, we set the BG color back to the initial. All right. Whoops. Nice. Yeah. I think we lightened it a little too much. Because how much do regular buttons go? Actually, maybe the same amount. It's just that that's slightly opaque. Either way, it's clear you're hovering over this. I think that's all that really matters. Then the question is, when you click it, should we do something like what you do over here, where it shows that that has the focus? I don't really care. So no, I don't think we're going to do that. All right, well, now we have a proper start battle button. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. By the way, out of curiosity, how does this look when I'm in like 3x? Oh, something I just realized, this is showing up on the in-game menu. It shouldn't be. How is that happening? That's a different bug we gotta fix though. Bug, the start battle button is showing up while the in-game menu is open. Yeah, it looks good. So this code should be much simpler now, right? I guess it's not really much simpler. It was just a button before, and now it's just a different kind of button. So pretty much the same. All right, make start battle button look better. It used to be a button inside of a panel container. Now the panel container is the button. So you can click anywhere in that container. Okay, so why is this showing up on top of everything? It's ordering it's not an ordering problem there then. Must be an ordering problem here. Yeah, I think we just need to put this below the in-game menu. In fact, that should just be it. It should just already take effect. Where's the start battle button? It's gone. It's gone. What? Oh, I think maybe by changing it, it set it back to invisible. There it is. And shows in the background now. Yeah, it's good. Cool. Stop showing start battle button above menu. Used to show above the in-game menu. Notifications are on top. You mean notifications are going to show up even on top of the in-game menu? Yeah, I guess that's not something I tested out. It's better to program with C# than GDScript. It all depends on what you prefer. I've got a quick little FAQ here, and one of the things inside that FAQ is why am I not using GDScript? And I'll link this directly. I mean, you don't need to go hunting that down. But yeah, it's at least my opinion that I think C# a little bit better of an experience. All right, so we grant most things and do this. Yes, that is showing on top. Okay, let's fix that too. Probably actually just the in-game menu should be on top of everything. So I don't even need to change the relative order of these things. Let's put the in-game menu over here. Okay, now what happens with respect to the skell tree? Ah, yes, a problem. And there we go. And I forgot to save. So now we just amend the last commit. Yeah. Make in-game menu show on top. There were lots of UI controls that could still show when you had the in-game menu open. Yeah, I can use, I'm aware of using command arrow. The problem that I have with that is that every once in a while, the focus isn't here. And then I end up moving stuff over here, even when it seems like the focus should be there. And enough of that happens where I'm just like, well, I guess I can never use this shortcut. It's an asset pack. That's also actually in the Skeleseller FAQ. What was I going to say? The other thing that happens with is I have a mute shortcut for OBS, but it types out a mu every time, and also it sometimes just doesn't work. Yeah, so there it worked, but either way it types this out. I need to not have that happen, and I've just never bothered fixing that. Which means I don't mute my mic as often, which means you hear me coughing. All right, I think we're finished with this issue now. This is done, this is done. The carousel feature is not done, but I don't consider that part of this anymore. Oh, what an issue this was, though. Geez, I did not think it was going to go this way. 33 tasks. Well, we can close it. I guess first we should push before we close it. So that's done. That's done. Post-battle stats, question mark. All right, that's the next thing. Let's go over here. In progress. So let's delete the question mark and then figure out what we're going to do for this. So we want to add some stats at the end of battle. We want to figure out the duration in seconds. We want to figure out the average DPS and the average remaining life percent. Honestly, I think all this stuff sounds easy enough. Like I said, I think the hardest part is just figuring out where it goes. So we need to shrink the window a little bit so that there's space. It's called end battle screen. And it is the loot section that we need to shrink a little bit, right? Something has a maximum height. I don't know where we did this. I don't know where we did this. Huh. Where did I do this? Loot. There must be like a tile size times, I don't know where I did this. Time for battle log straight out of WoW. No, we're not going to do that. I just don't think anyone would really look at it. Or rather, I think like less than 1% of the player base would probably look at it. Hey, Gerdard. That's quite the opening menu you've got there. Opening message. I didn't even time you out. Thanks, Ski. Ski, your bugs really helped. The bug reports, I mean, not the bugs. The bugs were not helpful, but the reports were good. I fixed them both. I don't know if you've been watching or how long you've been watching for, but have you seen this? There's now a section in the options thing that lets you choose the scale. So it turns out that the reason why your game looked bad is because you don't have a high DPI monitor. You did see the scale thing. Okay, yeah. Also, this actually can't pause the time in the game because then it shows you gray nothingness in the background. But I think that's a pretty minor issue. What's going on now? There we go. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to figure out how we put all these items in here, and I don't remember where it goes. Loot container, set container size. Oh, here it is. Item size equals 32. Well, that's stupid. Okay, well, anyway, we say show a maximum of 2.5 rows. So I think what we said is we're going to cut out one of the rows. Maybe we should remove a row from the loot window. Yeah, 1.5 rows. I think you can manually call the update once. Yeah, I should just write that down as an issue for right now because it's not very important. Honestly, even the people who need it, it's still not very important for them. When changing the scale factor settings, we need to update the camera in the background immediately. This doesn't happen now because we pause the entire game when you show that menu. Okay, so let's test this out. All instance data. When you win, you're going to get 1,000 potions. Well, I guess it doesn't need to be 1,000. That's kind of a lot. In fact, I don't even think you can drop that many items, right? I think I made a maximum of 50. But maybe they could. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I'll set this to 70. Yeah. I don't think it'll drop 70 on the ground. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go win one battle, but we're going to have. Oh, that's a bug. Oh, well, we need to undo that. All right, so we have a bunch of item things. Now we need a bunch of workers. We need at least 50 of these. Is that 50? 3, 6, 8 times 5 is 40. That should be 50, yeah. All right, now we need enough workers. So we need 50 workers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There, that should be 50 workers. And now we're gonna go win one battle. Are you ready? Ready for 70 potions or whatever to fall out of this? Now the reason I added exactly 50 workers is because they should all get picked up so there are no potions remaining over here. Yes, good. Yeah, good. Okay, and now we're showing, good. Yeah, everything's working. You can't drag this. Oh, in fact, what happens when you do that? Yeah, okay, I see. So you can still scroll this and you can still drag it. But there's no way to drag this panel to see more. I think that's fine. I don't know how often you're going to be getting like 400 items anyway. Loot. Okay, so now we have some space at the bottom of this where we can show you the duration of the battle. We're going to have to test something, which is make sure that when the game menu is open, it doesn't count toward the time. This should be really, really simple. So first, we're just going to get the total time. So in battle system, we can say, whoop, what happened? What happened? Private double time elapsed. And then we should have a process in here. Yeah. This plus equal delta. Yeah, it shouldn't. I agree. But we should just make sure about that. All right, now once the battle's done, we need to render it somewhere, which means we need to put this inside the end battle screen. We have an HBox container here. How do I want to render this? Let's go back to the game and win a battle. All right, we need 3 pieces of information, right? We could render it just in a row like this. Battle duration, 14.2 seconds. Average DPS, 7. And what was the last one? Oh yeah, average life percent remaining, 100. I think showing it in a row is a good idea. And I think making them individual labels so that we can have tooltips on them is probably a good idea. Consider adding tooltips to the DPS label, since that initialism may not be well understood. I've actually seen games just start using sort of game terms right off the bat, like DPS and AoE and HOT and all this stuff. And it's like, I guess most people might know those if you're playing the kinds of games that do that, but I feel like that's a pretty big assumption. Either way, it's less accessible for people who don't know them. But in this case, I want to save some space, so I think having a tooltip is fine. HOT, at least in my parlance, would be heal over time. I guess a more common thing is a DOT. Yeah. Damage over time. Dots and hots. Yeah, so we'll just put this inside of an HBox container. I really should be naming these HBox containers. HBox container. So this will be stats container. We're going to add 3 labels. Battle duration. Average DPS. And average life remaining. Wait. Could this work? Yeah, this could work. But should we put colors? Yes, we should. Okay. Then we need to change the type of all of these, which I don't think you can do. Oh, can you? Maybe you can. Oh, you can. Nice. Okay. So now enable BB code on all of these. And say duration, DPS, and life. These are not going to be the final labels. They're just a way of me seeing where this is because I have no idea where this is showing right now. Why does this have no height? Oh, because these have no contents. No, they do have contents. Now they have no width because this is set to not take up the entire size of the thing. Shrink center. Something weird is happening right now. There are like weird little dots in there. It's probably text clips. Oh yeah, each one of these has a very small width. So I guess it's not fit content that I want. It's like expand, container sizing, expand. No, that's not, what? Automatically updated to fit its content. Yeah, that should be what I want. It's weird. All right, let me just try running this. I haven't actually set any stats, but that shouldn't matter. So this back to 2x, win a battle. Yeah, it's not rendering. What did I mess up? Oh, it's got clip contents on? Maybe that's why. I don't think this looks any better. It's rendering now, but it doesn't seem to know what its size is. Do we need to set a container size thing? I don't know how you do this. Oh, there, perfect. Got it. Well, we just clicked enough different things and we eventually figured it out. Genius. Now this does need some spacing on this, probably more than normal. So let's set spacing of 15 pixels. And let's get all of these. Battle duration in the stats container of the end battle screen. So we want to go get 3 different labels. Private rich text label. What's this one called? Duration label. DPS label. And remaining life label. Okay, let's get all of those things. Git node. Ah, man. All right, I forgot what I called any of these things. Battle duration. Just copy paste them in here. And the last one is average life remaining. Now let's get the names of these. Good. So now we have them all. Now I want to be able to set the battle stats from somewhere. So where do we make an end battle screen? Because we have an init. I now need to pass in some, like a record of battle stats. So we got to go make a record struct. Yeah, where do we save it? Probably inside battles. Battle stats. Okay. Battle stats, delete this. Delete that. Fix this. All right, now what are the stats? There's going to be double duration, double, yeah, all of these. Nice. These are probably floats, not doubles. Remove unnecessary suppression. Oh yeah, they should be capitalized. Okay, now we go get battle stats in here. Where do we do that? Here. Okay, then all we need to do is populate these things. So duration label plus equal duration. What am I doing? I gotta set the text. And I made these rich text labels so that I could add why is my brain not working? So that I got colors. You know, we should take this from abilities. Abilities have some way of formatting these things, right? Yes, this, a $sign. And how do we do this with seconds like that? Okay, so let's just copy paste this whole thing. Duration, battle stats dot duration. Okay, next one is DPS, average DPS, battle stats dot DPS. Looks good, except for I think we want the number in there. There's a way of doing this. When something increases by a decimal, if you need the same number of digits every time, specify a number of zeros. No, I think it's good to have that. Yeah, good. All right, and then the final one is average life remaining. Average life remaining. And we want to put this in a percentage form. Chance by. We just need any tooltip that has a chance. It's P0. That's what we want. Except for, how does that work? Nice round increments use P0, maybe P1? I don't actually know how that works. C# format characters, percent. Does P1 give me like a 10.2% kind of thing? P2 will be 2. Yeah. That's what I want. All right, I think P1 is good. Okay, now we just need to initialize this with the right stats. So for now, let's just fake it. Which number parameter is this there? Battle stats. Missing a colon. Oh, thank you. And this is randomly capitalized. All right, battle stats equals, how do you make a new one of these? Ah, there we go. All right, so duration, we're gonna say 4.6. Average DPS we'll say is 5.7, and average life we'll say is like 90 or 0.92. Again, I'm just testing if this looks good, then we can get the proper values in here. Didn't work at all. Could not find battle duration. I forgot percent signs. There. Duration, average DPS, average life remaining. I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's that they're fake stats, that this just feels underwhelming to me. Would colors even help? I don't think so. Also, I don't know what colors you'd make any of this stuff. No, colors kind of would help if you're just looking at the. No, maybe I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's plumb in real values because that needs to happen. So the instance can store its own battle stats. The instance doesn't have a process though, right? It's a battle system that does. So when this ends, we can get the battle stats from there. Because end battle screen, where do we pull this from? Where do we initialize this? In instances manager. Yeah, okay. I think we'll pull it from here then. Now let's go make some battle stats. Like battle stats, battle stats. And then when this is over is when we can make it. Maybe the battle system has it. I guess, yeah, I guess it's gonna come from there. I don't see how else would work. This would work. Okay. So get battle stats. Let's go write that now. Public battle stats get return new time elapsed. And then we'll just make up fake numbers for the other two for right now. Use properties where appropriate. Yeah, fine. Properties should not follow a method. Oh, man. All right, there. So the only thing that's going to be correct is the time elapsed. Let's go try this out. Oh, except for it's going to be in milliseconds or something, right? Yeah, I think we need to divide by 1,000. 0.6. Yeah, that wasn't 0.6 seconds, I'm assuming. Let's just repeat the battle and see. Oh, that was like 3 seconds, right? Yeah, 3.5. That is correct. Huh, I guess it is in fractions of a second. Okay. Well, now to get the other two things. So DPS. DPS is going to be, we need to keep track of private double total player damage dealt. And every time we call deal damage, if the final amount, if modified damage info dot amount is greater than 0, and the person dealing the damage, the source, we don't have the source's team, do we? No, we don't. Okay, fine. Battle team. There we go. BTC.is, or what, team? Team.equals player. Okay, there we go. So every time you deal damage, it'll add to total damage dealt. And then when we get the battle stats, the DPS is the total damage dealt divided by time elapsed. And it should be a float, I guess. I'm just gonna make it a double. I guess if the duration is a double and the damage is a double, then might as well do that. Okay, now let's go try that out. I'm actually not totally sure what the DPS should be. So let's go figure that out first. You do 2 damage every 0.4 seconds. So that means you should do 5 damage per second. Oh, except for you also have a damage buff, so it'll actually be slightly higher than 5. No, maybe more than slightly, 6 or 7, I don't know. Average DPS 6.5. Yeah, cool. That's okay. Now it's not underwhelming anymore. Now that I'm like, oh, there's utility here. Now it's pretty cool. So that took 14 seconds. If I repeat the battle and increase the time scale, it should still take 14 seconds. Even though now it's going to take 7 real seconds. Yeah, nice. And yeah, there's a little bit of fluctuation there. Although, why? You don't have any randomness. I guess just in how long it takes to process this, maybe. Yeah, it could be like right at the brink of taking an extra frame or something. Yeah. Now if I increase the game speed some more, it should just be the same thing every single time, right? Yeah. Cool. Now average life remaining is what we got to do next. Get average player life remaining. Excuse me. This one's a little bit tougher because we need to know which characters to actually count. I think we should just do it for adventurers, but I think that could be confusing. The big question here is like, what do we do about summons? Because they're technically your characters, right? But their life doesn't necessarily matter. Maybe we just count all characters. Yeah, what if we just count all characters? Okay, I like that. All right, so this will be a function we have over here. Private float, get average player life remaining. Oh, hey, look at that. We don't want living battlers, though. We want even the dead ones. So there can't be no battlers. Total life equals sum up the life and then divide by count. Oh, I see. Okay, we can make this a list. I don't think someone should count unless I do something to change that. The stat is only useful if I can use it to determine if I need more defense or healing, right? I think... Okay, so here's what I was thinking. Let's say you have a summoner, and the way that the class works is like starts battle with a zombie. So it's you and this zombie. And the zombie dies in your full life. So should it say 100% or 50% average life remaining? And the way I was thinking about it is, well, you lost your zombie thing, right? I don't know. I could see your point of view too, though. Should it just be adventurers? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's just have it be adventurers. All right. So now we want to find the adventurers in there. List adventurer, or it's technically battlers. Node adventurer battlers. Is there an easy way to get this? Did I already write a function for that? I have a way of getting adventurers. I don't have a way of getting the battlers that correspond to them. But I have a corresponds to adventurer component, so it's, I mean, it's dead simple to get. Yeah, adventurer battlers. Player battlers where has component corresponds to adventurers. Perfect. Yep, perfect indeed. Then we want to sum that up. Now we got to add tooltips for this stuff. The life remaining one should say that it only counts adventurers, not summons. Yeah. What you said, Ski, is what I agree with. I think that's important. So yeah, I think we'll do it the way where we just count adventurers. Player, battlers, remove unused local variable. Right, I did not actually change this. Okay, that's it. Well, let's try it out. I'm excited. Even though there's not really too much to think about here, I guess. So we create an instance and we'll speed this up a little bit. And we just need to see about how much life do we have at the end of the battle. It looks like about 75%, maybe 70-ish. And this says average life remaining 10,000%. Oh, which you can't even see. Sorry, I didn't realize I was covering that with my keyboard camera. So that's a problem. This is total life. We want it as a percentage. Total life percent equals some, don't we have like a percent life? Yes, we do. And then take total life percent and divide it by that. And what is percent life in the range of 0 to 1? Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, 10,000%. I could fight a lot of battles. Okay, let's do it again. Average life remaining 60%. That should be pretty much the same every single time, right? I know you can't see the label. It's 67% that time. Oh, right, because you can dodge. No, it shouldn't be the same every time. This is one of the few things that's definitely affected by randomness. So 47% that time, 67%, 60%. How was it 47% that one time? Bats shouldn't be able to do that much damage. It was 53 that time. Is this even correct? Too hard to tell when it's this fast. 73. Okay, they can just start a bunch of battles. This is super cool. Yeah, this is super cool. And it really, really goes to show you how bad the warrior is. Again, I am pretty sure you can't see this, but it says that the warrior is doing 4.2 DPS and the battle takes 24 seconds. And the mage is OP. And as we level these up, level up. So let's give 1 point into that, 1 point into that. The warrior's got basically nothing. That one, let's repeat those battles. So the warrior did take 24 seconds. I got a point into this, which says when it misses, you gain a 20% power bonus for 3 seconds. Like, does this even affect the battle? I guess you also get 1 more power. Yeah, wow, I went down by 6 seconds. The warrior only took 18 seconds and does 6.1 DPS now. Huh. It's taking 10 damage each time, but the total is less than 50. Yeah, it should be that it's taking 10 damage. Let me restart this so that it's just the rogue. Because, yeah, I don't know how it took that much damage. The bat shouldn't... Oh, never mind. I know how it took that much damage. We did something special on one attack in the entire game. And it's this right here. It's a random cooldown of 1.5 to 3.5 seconds. So this is a chance of doing more than double the amount of damage based on this range. So, yeah, it must have been that one of the bats just attacked really quickly. All right, that's not a bug then. Although that means we probably need to change this, right? Maybe not. Yeah, so some battles you get into might be like dead simple because you just get a slow bat. And some might have a very quick bat. Like that was 73.3%. Let's speed that up. 67%. Speed it up some more. 60%. 67. Yeah. Seems like the lower bound is probably that 47% that we saw the one time. I guess if we really wanted to test this, we could just set the cooldown to always be the lowest amount. So yeah, let's set this to 1.5. Why does it not always come out as you took 30 or 40 or 50 damage? I'll take a look at that in just a sec. Does this end up being like, yeah, 40%. How much life do you have? You have 150. So everything is doing what, 1/15, which is about 6%. So that's why that's happening, because it's a percent life remaining. Sometimes see that pixel bleed on the water for the animation frames, I guess. Wonder what causes that. Probably if I resize the game window, we should see it. I don't think I see it, although, did this just break? No, there we go. Why is this like lagging when I try to zoom in or out? Maybe because of the... Oh, wait, maybe because it's queuing up a whole bunch of like resize calls. Oh, I think it is doing that. Bug, the camera queues a bunch of window size changed calls for the next frame and then spams them. Okay, so the final thing we wanted to do is make sure that it doesn't count toward the battle time if you're in the menu. So we're going to let this battle run. Yeah, it should always be about 14 seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to pause. Sit here for a little bit. Just calm down, let your shoulders relax. Breathe in, breathe out. And now unpause. And still 14 seconds. Cool. That's working. The only other thing we had to do here is add in the tooltips. But before I kind of put a wrap on this task, does anyone think there should be any other quick stats other than these three? So we have the battle duration, your average DPS, your average life remaining. Is there anything else that's like definitely top of mind you'd want to know? Because some people said, oh, it'd be nice to see exactly how much each ability is doing. And like I could see doing that in the future. There could be like an advanced stats button or something. But any other like major, super important ones? Because I think these are the best ones. Also, something I never tried is what happens if I have multiple players in a battle. So edit party, we'll go to the volcano and we'll add mage and cleric. Okay, now speed this up a bit. Average DPS 67.6. Average life remaining 68.8%. And duration is 27 seconds. This is so cool. Healing stats would be nice, but it's adventure specific. Yeah, like an average HPS. The way I kind of looked at it is that your average life remaining can kind of tell you how good your healing was. But it doesn't exactly. But yeah, I think if we have to only have three, we'd use these three. And we have some space for more, but I think that's, oh wait, auto battle is going to bump that down now. Yeah, it's fine. I don't really care right now. All right, tooltips. How do we get tooltips? Let's go to the skill tree. Tooltip on parent, copy and paste. And is that it? Does it work? Nope. Why not? I put it on the duration. Why didn't that work? Oh, there's an error. What's the error? Value cannot be null. Oh, right, of course. Oh my god. We need a place to show the tooltip. Where do I do that in the skill tree? There. So this is all just a node. Maybe you could click adventurers and see the stats for them later down the road. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. I like that idea. File as an idea. Context. Add total healing or ability specific stats. Yeah. So adding tooltips to this should maybe be separate if it's gonna, yeah, if it's gonna take a little bit more time. And I'll do it right after this. You'd show how much blocking, healing, fireball damage, etc. Yeah, I think it would be cool to see. I think people would also probably want to see history of like, okay, the last 2 battles was at this amount. Now I increase the level of fireball or something. How much am I doing? Man, it's stuff like this that makes me feel like the game's actually coming together. And it's so minor. But I wouldn't even thought about stats. It was player feedback that made me do this, which is successful still. It's not like I have to think of everything that goes in the game. I want to check this in. Time elapsed, total player damage dealt. Average player life remaining looks good. Yep, keep track of the damage you dealt. Keep track of the amount of time that passed. Player battlers. Do we freeze that ever? I don't know. Overall profiles, see total battle win rates, total items gotten and sold, etc. Yeah, I think it would be cool. Part of the reason I smiled is because I think, on the one hand, you know that saying, what is it? You underestimate, or you overestimate what you can do in a day and underestimate what you can do in a year. When I think of just this month, we are doing prep for checkpoint number 3, and I think it's doable. I think the amount of scope that we're trying to tackle is good. But then when I think of after this, and I think we have music, sound effects, the trailer, the entire like Steam page, and then like just a million different sections of polish we need to do. I think that's going to take 10 years. Oh, well, all in due time. This is the bricklaying stuff. All right, we don't want to check this in. Get 70 potions per fight. Oh, what's that doing there? Okay, I think that's it. I think this is pretty clean, actually. I mean, we added in a few labels. We keep track of the stats behind them. We populate those in the UI. I guess we could try adding colors and just see if it looks good. Try adding colors to the new labels. And then mark the task done. Legal concerns, really? Of a single player game? I wasn't even thinking about that. I had to do all that stuff for Botland. But yeah, thank you. I will keep that in mind. Okay, so add post-battle stats. There are just 3 basic stats that show for each battle. Duration, average, DPS, and remaining life. Am I planning on adding localization? Only if the game does well in English. I think it's a lot of work to add localization, and I don't think there's proof it's going to pay off. Maybe 125 would be good since we have the, let me see. Surface game stats to the player through the guild. I don't think this is needed anytime soon. In fact, I don't think this should even be in checkpoint number 3. Yeah. I'm going to move this to, well, we really should have, let's leave it in checkpoint 3 for now, but we should have a checkpoint number 4 or something. More having access to your Steam store page / backend and me not being an employee or on the payroll. Oh. I recontextualized your first message now. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I'll write this down. I know I said to keep it in mind, but I guess it's easier to remind myself of it if I have it on my list here. Yeah, actually, I'll just copy the whole message and then just type your other one. I didn't want to have to include the context, but it's not actually that hard to do. Oak Stokes. Done. All right, let's do the color thing right now. I want to see, because I think it's pretty fast to add. I just want to see what it looks like. I don't know what colors I even use. DPS here. Yeah, so color equals, I don't know. I'm just gonna type cyan for everything. In fact, we don't even need closing color tags right now. There. Let's see what that looks like. I thought about using different colors for each one. I'm not even sure the colors are going to be a good idea. Okay, I kind of like them. I think, so the reason I don't want to use different colors is because I think you might assume as a player that like, oh, green means that this was good or something, or red means that it was bad. So if they're all the same color, then I think it'll be clear that like, all right, it's not that. It's just a color that was used here. So the text is white. What color should we use for this? I don't know. Let's just take a screenshot and then paste this into GIMP. And then take this and do a hue chroma. Change the hue. I think green's something like that. Like a greenish color is pretty good. I think yellow would also stand out. I know we're changing the background color as well. Yeah, actually I kind of like yellow. Let's try that out. And then let's put our proper / color here to close it. Not that it really matters. Hey, Carson. Whoops. Yeah, I think green was a little bit better of those, at least those two. What are the BB code colors? Color. Wait, what? Except multiple options, oh. Where do they talk about what colors you can use? It's probably anything that comes from the color class. Yeah. Color class. Yeah, here they are. All right, let's try light coral. This is so stupid. Does it even work that way? Oh, I guess we're about to find out. I don't even know what color this is. What is coral? Oh, that is not what I thought. I want light green. Yeah. Light coral versus the evil salmon. This is like the longest iteration time on trying to figure this out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Whatever. I think that's nice. You know what we could do is surface in the UI somewhere a color theme that changes the border colors and the text color and everything. You can customize it. All right, so add colors to battle stats. Yeah. All right, next is tooltips. Yeah, so the only thing that's hard about tooltips, only thing that's hard about tooltips is making the scene look correct. So right now everything's in a VBox container. Although there's actually, you know what we could do? We could put in a control here and then add the tooltip to this. What is the tooltip? It is a tooltip. Makes the sense. Okay, next let's override this to have 0 separation. Now there's no blank space at the bottom. And then we will add in our tooltip. Here, copy. And paste. And then assign the tooltip to that. Okay, that should just work. Then all we need to do is type proper text. Nice, it's off the screen. But only the first one was off the screen. Why is this happening? Oh, it's probably using the wrong size. Tooltip on parent. Show and set text. Position tooltip near mouse. Yep, it's using the wrong size. How did we do this in another place? Where was that tooltip? Can't remember. We just did this last week, Wednesday or Friday. There was something I did where I'll just search for clamp to screen. Oh, I think I remember. It was an entire window. It wasn't a tooltip. Get combined minimum size. Don't we just need to wait for this to have reposition? Position on next frame, yeah. I think this is what we want for the tooltip. Position at mouse or near mouse. Position near mouse. Then we need to call this whenever we would have called this. Set text. Because this call is not awaited. Public members should come before private members. This shouldn't even be, whatever. In fact, is this ever called anywhere else? No, we're just gonna make this private. I think that'll fix this. Create win and hover over that. Perfect. Okay, now to give it the proper text. And that's a solid feature. So tooltip on parent, what are we saying for this? This is duration. I mean, I think duration is pretty obvious, but still, if we're adding a tooltip, we might as well add it for everything. The amount of time the battle took from start to finish. Then this goes here. And this goes here. All right, average DPS. The average damage per second dealt by your party members, including summons. And then this is the average percentage of life remaining of your adventurers, not your summons. Now, technically, since these are BB code enabled, we could click this and I could put something like italicized text here to make that clear. and then bold here. There, let's try that out. I'll actually zoom in on this because I think you couldn't see this to begin with. The amount of time the battle took from start to finish. The average, whoa, that's messed up text. You see what's happening with the bold? It's like Swiss cheese. I wonder what's causing that. That's really strange. Is it an MSDF thing? I wonder how you fix that. I have to tweak some settings. All right, let's set this to 128. Setting tweaked. I'm perhaps the greatest coder of all time, just randomly changing things. I love how long it takes to do that. It looks the same. We still have Swiss cheese. All right, so this is back to 96. Set this to 60. Godot bold label has holes in the text. Create when still not fixed. I wonder what setting had to be changed for this. What else could I even do? This and change the hinting? I don't think min-maps would do it. Huh. Oh wait, maybe it's that I don't have the bold font being used? That could be it. Woo. Godot, rich text label, specify bold font. Bold aren't applied properly with the default font. Do you need to check the checkbox for that? No, that's, wait. Why is that not on? How did that even make it bold? Oh, I think I know what's going on. I think that the tooltip on parent thing has that set through code. BB code. No, maybe it's not. I don't, how did that even, none of that made sense then. How did that render bold at all? I wonder if that's the only problem. No, I mean, it's still broken, but that is a good point, Blue Pulsar. I don't understand. I must be doing that somewhere. Huh. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how that rendered anything like that. You had to download the font not from Google Fonts? What? Are you sure? Like, I don't just need a bold font here. I don't even know if you could set that up though. Has some weirdness with self-intersecting characters. Oh, you're not saying get the font from a different website. You're saying get a different font. But still, shouldn't this be an issue somewhere in the Godot repo? Bold text holes. Font outline gaps. I'm not even using an outline, am I? You are saying to get it from a different website? What? What website do you trust for fonts besides Google Fonts? Huh. Strange code fragments. Wait, out of curiosity, what was this? I know this is totally unrelated. Oh, cool. Some like auto analyzer thing, probably. Just Google the font I needed and found it from the source. Wait a second, but Google made Roboto. So that should be the source, right? Hold on, though. I want to see if this is a thing that people have actually talked about on the issues. Oh, you found it? Oh. It's an invalid font. Font forge gives multiple warnings when you try to validate the font. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, that's nuts. Have you noticed rendering issues on fonts downloaded from websites like Google Fonts? Try downloading the font from the font author's official website instead. Whoa. Wow. Okay. I'll give you both points. Although I will be honest here. Part of the reason this key is getting a point is for the suggestion earlier. So that's finding the documentation is worth, I'd say, 0.4 points. But thank you both. This is nuts. I'm going to take a picture of this and add this to my notes. And then we're going to try to figure out what to do, which is presumably just download the font from somewhere else. Hey, Ramu. All right, so Godot UI. Text problems. Look, this is like the majority of my troubleshooting stuff that I have here. Blurry text, misaligned glyphs. Bold font has holes. This is caused by the font having overlapping glyphs. The official documentation even talks about this. With talks specifically about MSDF and Google Fonts. Try downloading the font from the font author's official website instead. What's the official download though for the Roboto font? It's any font that's self-intersecting. Okay, yeah. Weird artifacts. Thefont.com. Compile the font from source. Wait, does anyone actually know where you get this from? Because like I said, Google made it. Where'd the documentation go? Well, there's one other thing we can do, I guess, which is to set this to use a special font and turn off MSDF for it. Oh, which is probably not a good idea. I think it's just download a different font. I just don't know where you get it from. Alternatively, you know what the easiest thing to do is? Just don't make this bold. I think we're just going to do that for right now. I'm a genius. I actually would like it to be bold, but I think it's obvious enough. Yeah, maybe as a let's split the difference kind of thing, we'll just put DPS in quotes. Yeah, there. It's good enough. Pretty sure you can download from Google Fonts. I did download from Google Fonts, though, and it resulted in this issue. Proper version is linked in that. Just change the font. Where'd that issue go? Oh, this. A grand new release. Question is, do they mean grand or do they mean brand? Who knows? Where's the person from? San Francisco. Probably grand. I wonder if they're AI generated fonts. Maybe that cursed one from earlier enters the default font for Obsidian. So it looked like this. Yeah, it looks good. All right, I'll write a note to switch to it eventually, I think. Consider switching to the Enter font, but download it from here. Copy link. Then consider changing the DPS tooltip to make the words damage per second bold. So let me get this straight. Someone releases a font on Google Fonts and it has intersecting glyphs, and then they don't update it when they release a new version? If I go to Google Fonts and type enter, they say when this was uploaded? I don't see a last uploaded date. Oh, about. Whoa, 7.2 billion. What? Over the last week? I guess that's considering like all page loads. That's nuts. Nuts. Like 350 billion per year. Wow, well, what's Roboto served at? How do I just find the font? Here we go. 68 billion. That's nothing. I scoff at those numbers. All right, designed here to contribute. Oh, hey, they have a... Oh, last release 2017, though. Do they have an issue here about intersecting glyphs? No. Invalid? Huh, no one has an issue open on this? Huh. Surprised about that. It has source link there. You mean in the GitHub repo? Because I think the GitHub is the source for it, right? Yeah. Spends their whole career optimizing font delivery. I mean, they probably love it. Well, I gotta say, since this is 2017, I don't think that this version is probably out of date. But whatever, we'll look at it later. I think it's fine for now. All right, so that's done. And then we just have a bug. What time is it though? 3:48. Yeah, I probably shouldn't I probably shouldn't tackle the bug, but we should mark this as done. Now we have a different import here, which has generate min-maps. So that's not actually needed, which means I probably need to regenerate the font. Oh, it already does that. All right, what do we do? We added in some tooltips. Cool. We kind of cheated a little bit. Add tooltips to battle stats. What just happened? Oh, it finished re-importing and then took the focus from me. How dare you? Add tooltips to battle stats. I also fixed a bug where the tooltips could show off screen because we weren't waiting for the size to be accurate. Take care, potato. Hope you sleep well. All right, so we can finally mark this task done, I think. Sync changes. This task actually did not take very long at all. We wrote these things. We could have a more detailed stats pane. I don't know if that's necessary. Let's start with the easy stuff. History and graphs may not actually be that hard to do. Yeah, I'm going to mark this as closed. Nice. So, journal time. First, let's figure out what we even did. So let's go to commit and look at today, which started here. That did not work. There we go. All right, merged a jump Royale PR in the morning. Spent the rest of the day working on Skeleseller. I guess we can say jump Royale here. What did we do? Worked around the scaling issue by providing user options. Added post-battle stats. I think that's it. I mean, we can look at the commits. I brought them up for a reason. High DPI monitors, texture filter, minimum window size, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, pretty much that. So the entirety of today, and this is what a lot of days are going to be like because there's just some of these issues take a while to do. But I had gotten it to work where you have the window size can be expanded or shrunk at will. That was a different day. But then I shared this with Ski Dog over the weekend, and Ski reported that everything was double the size it should have been on his monitor. Turns out there's a high DPI option in Godot, and it's enabled by default and should remain enabled, they say. And I'm on a high DPI monitor. So when I set my scaling to 2, it actually looks normal. But on a non-high DPI monitor, if you set it to 2, it looks twice the size it should be. So we put these options in the game so you can change it now based on your computer. And on Windows, it's always going to start at 1x. And on Mac, if you have a Retina display, it'll start at 2x. And 3 and 4 are probably never needed, but I'm just including them there because it was barely any work. And I guess, I don't know, people can try it out if they want. This is not a replacement for UI scaling. So I think we still need to allow you to be on 1x, for example, and just scale the UI so that it's readable for you. But if you look at this, it's like battles take up hardly any part of the screen right now. So that's why you might want it to be set to a higher number here. And this is the resolution I would expect people to play at if they have a 1080p monitor. You could set it to 2x if it's greater than 1080p. Yeah, but apparently that's like really, really hard to figure out. Because the way that scaling works on Windows, I don't think it changes your monitor resolution. I think it just changes how Windows look on it. I'm not actually positive. But they had some explanation in one of these issues on GitHub, which I don't even know where I put this now. Yeah, here it was. Yeah, there's been a proposal to implement this function about get the scale on Windows, and it's been open for 3 years because I guess it's just really hard to do. But yeah, then the other thing we did is we got battle stats. Now, oh, that's a bug. Okay, well, that's what you get when you actually try showing things off. Bug, the battle stats tooltips are truncated by the instance slot itself. You need to move the tooltip elsewhere. Probably just where the item tooltip is. If you never look at the game, you'll never have any bugs. Yep. Play this game from sound alone. Yeah, so we got to fix that. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Now, other things we could do. I think keeping the stats here from the beginning is a good idea, but I think having auto battle there is not a good idea. I think you should earn this in the game. But yeah, super cool. Super cool to have those stats, because now you can actually try optimizing builds. In fact, kind of curious about something, but it looks like I'm going to die. All right, well, then it says average life remaining is negative 3.7%. It includes how much you were overkilled by. I probably shouldn't do that, because it means that one adventurer could be dead and your average life remaining could be 0%. So I guess that's another bug. Average life remaining includes overkill damage. We should math.max it with 0. Type of 0. Also took 36 seconds to get there. So now if we level up once and get a skill for each of these characters and then repeat, it should not take 36 seconds. So let's see. In fact, it looks like I'm going to win finally. No, barely won. It took 47 seconds. Oh, because I died last time. Of course, the battle wasn't over. Well, the battle was over. I didn't win it. So yeah, 46 seconds. And as we level up more and more, that time should just keep dropping, right? I didn't even apply the skill points. Yeah, 37 seconds now. And one last thing, let's apply some skill points here. Actually, what if I just put it all in a rage? 30 seconds. Now if you swap in the mage, you'll actually win the battle super fast. Neat. Yeah, the people who feel like optimizing are going to like that. Anyway, that's it. That's the work. We're done for today. Wednesday is going to be more Skeleseller stuff, but also mentoring. And then Friday is going to be more Skeleseller stuff and an interview. And that interview, I've got a brief blurb about Melmsy here. Game designer and product manager at Dank Memer and vice president of experience at CyberInfo. So I think we're going to be talking about his experience as a game designer. I mean, probably also as a product manager. And then a little bit about ADHD. And I don't remember if there's another topic. I think also some of the nonprofit work that he's been doing. But I'm excited for all this content. I think it's going to be good. I'm happy with how today went. Hope you all had a good Labor Day. Let's go find somebody to raid. I want to find someone new to raid. But also I need to go. So I don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. Yeah, practically everyone I see is someone I've raided before or has been online for way too long. I don't think I've raided this person. Let me see, what are they doing? No, I have not raided this person as far as I know. All right, they're working on game dev stuff. So let's rate them. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back on Wednesday, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later.